Title: Talks between Narada and King Prachinabari. Text 66. The verse goes as follows. Mana eva manusyasya Mana eva manusyasya Purvarupani samsati Purvarupani samsati Bhavishyatascha badram te Bhavishyatascha badram te Tathaiva na bhavishyataha Tathaiva na bhavishyataha Mana eva manusyasya Puruvarupani samsati Bhavishyatascha badram te Tathaiva na bhavishyataha. Devotees, Mana eva manusyasya Anyone else? Mana eva manusyasya Purvarupani samsati Bhavishyatascha badram te Tathaiva na bhavishyataha. Manaha, the mind, eva, certainly, manusyasya, of a man, purva, past, rupani, forms, samsati, indicates, bhavishyataha, of one who will take birth, cha, also, badram, good fortune, te, unto you, tata, thus, eva, certainly, na, not, bhavishyataha, of one who will take birth. Translation: O King, all good fortune unto you. The mind is the cause of the living entities attaining a certain type of body in accordance with his association with material nature. According to one's mental composition, one can understand what the living entity was in his past life, as well as what kind of body he will have in the future. Thus, the mind indicates the past and future bodies. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The mind is the index of information about one's past and future lives. If a man is a devotee of the Lord, he cultivated devotional service in his previous life. Similarly, if one's mind is criminal, he was criminal in his past life. In the same way, according to the mind, we can understand what will happen in the future life, in a future life. In Bhagavad Gita 14:18 it is said, Urdvam gayanti sattvasta madhyatistanti rajasaha chaganya guna vritishta ado gachanti tamasaha. Those situated in the mode of goodness gradually go upward to the higher planets. Those in the mode of passion live on the earthly planets, and those in the mode of ignorance go down to hellish worlds, to the hellish worlds. If a person is in the mode of goodness, his mental activities will promote him to a higher planetary system. Similarly, if he has a low mentality, his future life will be most abominable. The lives of the living entity in both the past and the future are indicated by the mental condition. Narada Muni is herein offering the king blessings of all good fortune, so that the king will not desire anything or make plans for sense gratification. The king was engaged in ritualistic ceremonies because he hoped to get a better life in the future. Narada Muni desired him to give up all mental concoctions. As explained before, all bodies in heavenly planets and hellish planets arise from mental concoctions. And the sufferings and enjoyments of material life are simply on the mental platform. They take place on the chariot of the mind, Manorata. Manorata. It is therefore said, Jasyasti bhaktira bhagavatya kinchana sarvar gunas tatra samashate suro haro abhaktasya kudo mahad guna manorate nashati davato bahi. One who has unflinching devotion for the personality of Godhead has all the good qualities of the demigods. But one who is not a devotee of the Lord has only material qualifications that are of little value. This is because he is hovering on the mental plane and is certain to be attracted by the glaring material energy. Srimad Bhagavatam 5:18-12. Unless one becomes a devotee of the Lord or becomes fully Krishna conscious, he will certainly hover on the mental platform and be promoted and degraded in different types of bodies. All qualities that are considered good according to the material estimation actually have no value, because the so-called good qualities would not save a person from the cycle of birth and death. The conclusion is that one should be without mental desire. Anya vilasita sunyam, yana karmadi anavritam. One should be fully free from material desires, philosophical speculation, and fruitive activities. The best course for a human being is to favorably accept the transcendental devotional service of the Lord. That is the highest perfection of human life. I'll repeat this. The best course for a human being is to favorably accept the transcendental devotional service of the Lord. That is the highest perfection of human life. Om Jnana Timirandasya Yananyana Salakaya Chakshurun Militam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Swati Deve Tinanda Sri Advaita Gadara Shiva Sri Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Namo Vishnu Krishna Stavatre Shmati Chapta Swami Vishnu Namacharya I don't know if we pray Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Did we? Somebody remembers? Anyway, just in case. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So Narada Muni said, O king, all good fortune unto you. The mind is the cause of the living entities attaining a certain type of body in accordance with this association with material nature. According to one's mental composition, one can understand that the living entity was in his past life, as well as what kind of body he will have in the future. Thus, the mind indicates the past and future bodies. Om Tat Sat. So, the Bhagavatam indicates in different parts, in different sections, what is best for us. The Bhagavad Gita, it starts with a philosophical question, what is best for me? Arjuna asked Krishna in 2:7, Karpanya Dosapahata Savava Prichami Tondarama Samoda Chetaha Jakshaya Sisyasteham Saditam. What is best for me? This is what we are interested. The Bhagavatam starts also with the same question, slightly different. The sages asked, Shaunaka, yeah? The sages asked Shaunaka Rishi, what is best for them? What is best for everyone? So in any case, whether one is selfish or whether one is selfless, one is always asking what is best for me and what is best for everyone. That's the questions of Gita and Bhagavatam. But we don't know what is best. We think that we know what is best. We think that what is pleasurable is best, right? That's why when you go to a shopping center, the typical victim of a shopping center are whom? Children and the ladies. Children with the ice cream and pizza. We were in Malaysia recently and shopping centers are crazy there. All the children crying for so many food, so many types of things. I want this, I want that. And the ladies buying these bags and shoes and dresses. And the man buying other things, of course. But everyone is so happily engaged in different things, right? Because the senses are telling us, oh, this will be good, this will be good. I'll get this ice cream, I feel good, I'm good, like that. I need that colorful bag, sparkling. We are thinking like children, I will be happy. If I have that, I will be happy. I remember as a little child, I used to think, when I was very little, when I have my soccer ball, I will be happy. And all what I'll think of for some time is, when will my parents buy me my soccer ball? And then one day they bought me my soccer ball. And then I thought, I'm happy. I remember, just like my other friends, we would sleep with our soccer ball. Because in South America, people are soccer fans. So we will sleep with it. We have a poster of Maradona and all these big players. And we'll think, oh, one day I will be like them and I'll be happy. And then you grow up and then you think, oh, this is not making me happy. And I thought, oh, when I have my bicycle, I will be happy. So like that, I'll pester my parents, buy me my bicycle. And it goes on like that. You know, then I remember, oh, when I have my car, when would I have my car? And then finally, they bought a car that I could use. And I thought, now I'm happy. Like that. After some time, the car crashed. No more happiness. So we're thinking like that we can be happy by having these toys in the material world. And the toys get complicated. Sometimes it's a big house with a swimming pool and plasma screens. And you think, this definitely will make me happy. But then those things do come with a lot of work, and then those things also go. And even if they don't go, you're not happy. It's not a fact. How much can you enjoy like that? So Narada Muni here, it's praising the king. All good fortune unto you. You can understand with your mind. This is amazing. This is a different type of pleasure, a different type of understanding. This is something that Prabhupada brought to us. I remember the first time I read Prabhupada's book, the very first time, 14 years old, I was in a bus. One devotee climbed the bus. And he said, I am a student of my spiritual master, and I'm distributing these books about the teachings of the Vedas. And he had 3 books. And I didn't have enough money to buy all the 3 books. But somehow he could pick up, because he saw my eyes or something. I was curious and I was frustrated also. 14 years old, already knowing that not the skateboard. That devotee had a hat, and I could see his kunti malas and his Brahmin thread. And I thought, maybe he knows. Maybe he looks like a Shaolin monk. And then I thought, oh, maybe these people know something. And he did say, these yoga books, he called the yoga books, bring a different type of happiness. I so was curious, but I had just some money, not much money. So I couldn't afford the whole thing. But he said, hey, you can have the whole collection. Just 3 little books. I was a young kid, not much money. So I gave all my money, and then he gave me all the books. I was so happy. And immediately I started trying to read. I couldn't understand most of the things. I just saw the pictures. But I remember the mystery that Prabhupada was bringing. It's like, when somebody at school, they call you to the side, and then they say, hey, the exam, when you're going to have exams, and you're suffering because it's physics, mathematics, chemistry, something really, really difficult. And then you pull aside your friend, and then you say, hey, you know what? When he puts this problem, this equation, then what you have to do, this is what you have to do first. You have to pull these out first, and then develop that, and then like that. And you go, oh, okay. It's like a secret formula.
So I remember reading Prabhupada's books. And Prabhupada is telling different. You see, life is not what you think. You know, you're going to get old, you're going to get sick, you're going to die. It's different. There is something different. There's a spiritual life. What is a spiritual life? We don't know what spiritual life is. We don't perceive a spirit. You see somebody dies, right? And everybody cries. There's an accident and there's a big commotion. But the living entity hasn't died. But we don't see that. We just see matter. We just see body. Like that. We are dragged. You know, like the children. They are dragged by ice cream, pizza, balloons. And then when they see like a monster, then they cry, ah, mommy, please. Like that. So, Ichha Dvesha, that's our life. So in the material world, we all are thinking, this is going to make me happy. Tomorrow I'm going to be happy. Next year I'm going to be happy. In 10 years I'm going to be happy. Then the 10 years go by. And then you are the same. Pretty much the same. I remember. I'm pretty much the same when I was a young thing. Pretty much the same. Just thinking, like Narada Muni explains, just thinking that I may be happy one day. You know, same toothaches, same headaches, same stomach aches, same thing, same thing. And the same thinking, oh, if I have some money, then I will be all right. Yeah? Same thinking. Same thinking. Yes? If you don't have money, ooh, how am I going to do now? How am I going to pay my dentist? How am I going to pay my doctor? Right? How am I going to pay my Uber? My this, that. How? How am I going to buy my ice cream? Right? We're thinking, this will make me happy. This will make me happy. This will make me happy. Like that. Spiritual happiness is different. And it has taken me so many years. And I still cannot understand. Still cannot understand. Still I'm scratching my head. Thinking, how is this possible? That's why Mahabharata says, Tarko Pratishta Shutayo Vivinam. That you may give many arguments. Tarka means arguments. Tarka Pratishta Shutayo Vivinam. That's why it's very important for us to learn the life of Srila Prabhupada, to learn the life of the Parampara, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, the 6 Goswamis. We need to learn their lives. Why? Because when you learn, when you know about them, then you understand. Arguments, pain comes, oh, I'm so depressed. 7 days sick in Malaysia, had to go to hospital, DC, couldn't eat for days, taking medicine, so disturbed. And I'm thinking, after so many years, still I cannot be happy spiritually because I'm sick, no? And I'm thinking, oh, by now I will be ecstatic. So miserable. Cannot sleep, cannot eat, cannot think, nothing. So disturbed. That's the test. My Guru Maharaj, Isana Jayapataka Swami, says, this is like a small test, a small practice. You know, like when you have final exam, you have mock exams. So the mock exams is when you get sick. The real exam is death. That's he says like that. This is just testing. This is just what do you call training, like that. Because when you're dying, or at least the body is dying, you know, generally you don't think, oh, the body's dying. I'm not the body. And then you go to the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, 20 verses on the soul. Oh, the soul cannot be burned. You're burning with fire. You're burning with fever. So much headache. Huh? You have those headaches? There's so much. Your whole body aches out of fever. You take pills, and the pills just sunk you out. You cannot think, you cannot do anything, you cannot breathe barely, so you don't feel. Nothing. It's just training like that. But the most important thing is that you don't think of Krishna. I just say, Krishna, Krishna, please help me. So much headache, so much everything ache. Right? That's the test. Prabhupada was so much pain. He didn't eat for months. He couldn't even move. But he was talking about Krishna. He was saying, bring me that letter, court case in New York. Bring me that report, Ratha Yatra in Los Angeles, book distribution in England, like that. He was constantly thinking of the pleasure of Krishna. That's the difference. The difference is that at this point, we are in I consciousness. It's I, my body, my head, my heart, my stomach, my mind. That's the difference. What's that verse? Forgot now. There's one verse in Srimad Bhagavad, I think 5th canto. That explains that one is so engrossed in one's own consciousness. What's that? That one is thinking, my house, my family, my body. It's all day thinking like this. But Krishna consciousness means Krishna's body. What is Krishna wearing? What is Krishna wanting? Is he happy? That's the difference between selfishness and selflessness. And Prabhupada says that the closest to love of God is the love of a mother for a child. Why? Because a mother, although she may be a little sick, she may be a little unwell, she's thinking, first my baby. That's the thing. Even animals do that. Sometimes animals do that. They go and hunt, and then they take something, or they get a prey, and then they bring it to their babies, like that. Because the consciousness is selfless in that context. So in the same way, the process of Krishna consciousness is to give up, Prabhupada says here in the purport, to give up the desires of the mind. Right? Imagine, can you do that? Can you stop your mind desiring? What's going to be for prasada? Is there going to be nice chutney? Would there be some rasam? Would there be some cake? Huh? We're thinking like this. How would the weather be? Yeah? How is my health going to be? Am I going to get better? Going to get worse? Right? Would I get that job? Would I get that wife? Desired. No, all day. Oh, I hope my appointment goes well. And then I buy my ticket back to Mayapur. And then I'm there, and my wife has everything nice, clean, nice prasadam, a comfortable bed, Everything, my motorbike works, and everything is nice, right? The whole day I'm thinking, mentally. But one should be without mental desire. Not that we shouldn't think, but mental desire. Right? Ambarish Maharaj describes that his only desire is to desire for the Lord. Right? My only desire should be kamam chadasyena tu kama kamyaya. Not my desire, but you desire. You see the difference? Now I'm thinking me and mine. Now I'm thinking my sense gratification. But just try for a bit. You know? What is Krishna thinking? What is he thinking? Okay, maybe Krishna is a little hard. What is Prabhupada thinking? Okay, maybe Prabhupada's a little hard. What is my Guru Maharaj thinking? What is he thinking? What does he want? You know, he's constantly thinking. How can we distribute more books? How can we preach? How can we push on this movement? How can the deities be taken care of? Open more temples, like that. Immediately you shift from I consciousness to Krishna consciousness, like that. It's not easy, but that's how Prabhupada used to think. How can I change? I think of my wife, my children, my house, my life, my happiness, or my unhappiness. But if I think Krishna's happiness, or Krishna's unhappiness, sometimes Krishna is unhappy also. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is described that Krishna is Lord Chaitanya, he is in anxiety. What is his anxiety? Right? There are so many fruits of Krishna consciousness. But I only have 2 hands. I only can do so much. Right? I need help. That's what he's thinking. The parampara, what is that they are thinking? The Goswamis, they are not thinking, okay, how much money did you save today, Rupa? Oh, I got 3 paisas, my dear Sanatan. How much you got? Oh, if we gather all what the 6 Goswamis have saved, then, you know, we are 6. We can have some earning here. We can buy some nice rasagulas. And we can be happy, at least for one day. They're not thinking that. They're not thinking at all about them. Sometimes they get burned by the sun. Sometimes they get sick. Sometimes they drink bad water, like Sanatana Goswami, and he got all blisters, infected like that. They don't bother so much about their health. That doesn't mean that we have to be neglectful of our bodies. I'm not preaching here self-torture. But the consciousness is different. The parampara the same. Gorky Shore. You know where Gorky Shore used to live? You know? Gorky Shore Das Babaji? Because he was a very powerful saint. Very powerful. So what happens in India? You know what happens in India when there is a powerful saint? Huh? Everybody goes there. For what? What's it called? Blessings. How do you say blessings? Ashirvad. Ashirvad Maharaj, Ashirvad Sadhuji, Swamiji, Ashirvad. I see everywhere. Wherever I go. Why? Because I want good health, I want good luck, I want good wife, I want good house, I want good business. I want my sons to have good wife, good health, good. Everything. Do something with it. So my life will change by the touch of someone who has actually good life. But the funny thing is that he or she, whoever that saintly person may be, he or she, they are not interested in the things that I'm interested. They are just sitting there peacefully, like that, with their beads, chanting, or their deity, like that. So, if one think, you think, wow, they have all the good fortune, and so many people come and take their blessings, but they themselves are not building big houses for their comfort, or driving big cars for their sense gratification. They are absorbed in a different type of consciousness. This should give me something, some hint. So Gorky Shordas Babaji was like that. He was living next to the public latrine. Huh? You know the latrine? Right? The public latrine? Nobody goes there. Only crazy people goes there. So he playing the part of a crazy person. He will go there and he will sit there and chant like that. So nobody will come and bother him, because he was chanting Lord Chaitanya's name, Krishna's name, like that. But the whole day he was thinking, how can I please my Gauda? How can I please my Gauda? Like that. Right? And then Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati appeared and asked him, please give me initiation. And then he said, I don't know. I don't know. Why do you know? You don't know. I'm asking initiation, please give me initiation. I have to ask my Gauda. Okay, you ask your Gauda. So the next day, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur comes. And then he said, so did you ask your Gauda? Oh no, I forgot. Like that. So he goes on like that, until finally Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, if you don't give me initiation, I'll jump in the Ganga. Huh? And Bhaktisiddhanta was known for being very determined. He was known for being determined. So Gorky Shordas Babaji knew what Bhaktisiddhanta was. He was the son of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he was an empowered soul. I mean, you know, these people, I mean, we really need to learn their lives, because these people were from another world. I feel many times when I read the books, or try to chant, or try to do some service, I'm just playing like a kid. You know, like a kid when they play with cars and, you know, their toys like that. They're just playing, you know, and they talk. You know, when they talk, oh, they go like this. And they, oh, I'm building now this. And they are serious. Or the girls. I remember my daughter when she was little, and she will cook all serious. Because she was born in temple, no? So she will see the Mata is cooking, the Prabhu is cooking. So the whole day she will be like, okay, now, yes, I'm going to do like this for Krishna. And I'm going to do my cake. But she's playing with plastic and with Play-Doh, like that. Or some stones or wood or something. She's playing serious, so focused. And they call, Janavi, come. No, Baba, and I try to do something. I feel like I'm just playing. I'm not doing the real thing. You know, the real thing is done by them, by the great devotees. We're just trying, imitating. They are the ones who are doing the real thing, you know. I'm working for my own sense gratification. I'm thinking for my own happiness. You know, but they are the ones who are doing the real work. And you can see, when Prabhupada was sick, when Prabhupada was dying, he was just thinking of Krishna. Just, you know, you see His Holy Jayapataka Maharaj You know, he lives practically in hospitals. His room is practically a hospital room. Medicines and mass and doctors, the whole day like that. But every time I come close to him, he says something Krishna conscious. Now you should preach to the youth. You should encourage the children. You should college. You should do this. You should do that. He can be saying, "Oh, it's hurting here. It's hurting here. It's hurting here." You know? So that is the difference. That is the difference. That I am thinking only on my body, only on my life, only on my future, or even my past. But they are thinking only on Krishna's will, Krishna's desired, like that. So that's why it's important, and that's why the Bhagavatam brings all this. But even though we find very nice descriptions by Narada Muni and by great sages, sometimes we need to realize that it's almost impossible to understand all these things, really. I mean, understanding it's theoretical, but really apply them in our lives. This is different. This is different. This is the real thing. You know? Narada Muni, he was the son of a maid servant. He was an innocent kid. He didn't understand. Right? But by good fortune, what did he do? He became attached to the sages. Right? In a time like this. We are in the Chaturmasya, right? We are in Chaturmasya. So, similarly, in a period of the year like this, in Chaturmasya, you are not meant to travel so much. Correct? So they say, I mean, in ISKCON we travel, never mind. But traditionally in the Vedic times, because of the rain, right, the sages will stay stationary in some place, right, protected. And then they will study, they will chant, they will associate like that. They'll do some austerity. And then after 4 months, then they would go back to other areas. So in the same way, these sages, the Bhakti Vedantas, he called them, they were staying at the place where his mother had her dwellings. And what happened, these Bhakti Vedantas, they came. And they stayed there. And then the mother of Narada Muni was serving them, cooking for them and doing different things for them. And this group of, it never says how many were there, but you can imagine a handful, maybe 4, 5, 6. And they will associate in a certain way, you know. They talk in a certain way, they will communicate in a certain way. Maybe they will read some, they will chant some, they will meditate. And this little Narada Muni, just like a playful boy, he will be attracted by them. He will just go and look at them, you know, how they are doing, how they sit. It's important to have a living devotee in your life. That's why Arjuna, the first practical question that Arjuna asked in the Bhagavad Gita, 254, the first practical question. He asked Krishna, how does he walk? How does he sit? How does he talk? A transcendentalist, tell me, how does he look? Tell me. Why? Oh, this is how it looks. It's like if I sell you something, oh, very nice phone, and I show you some paper, print out, photoscopy, that. Give me the money. No, you want to see it. isn't it? Is it in a box? Is it new? Yes, you can touch it. You can go to the shop and you can touch it. Oh, nice. Yes, it's real. Right? So in the same way, spiritual life, it needs to be real. You have to see the devotee. So Arjuna asked, how does he look? How does he talk? How does he walk? How does he sit? Like that. So the young Narada Muni, he was looking at them. Wow, these people are special. Remember the first time you saw a devotee? Huh? Maybe you saw many, many devotees. I remember the first time I saw devotees. The first few times in my life I saw devotees. It was like, from another planet. I never seen a devotee. I saw my first time devotees chanting when I was 7 years old in New York, 1971. I never forget. Like that, 7 or 8 years old. And they were coming, all white, all skinny and tall, shaved heads. They looked like angels. And the ladies with like a shower screen cloth, all colorful. They were like angels. I never forget. And I was like, oh my God, what is these people? I have been to Disneyland. I have been to the circus. I never seen something so far out. It was the best scene I ever seen in my life. I was fascinated. And they were chanting. Never forget. The best sight ever. So wonderful. Like angels. They literally look like angels. So like that, sometimes children or young boys or girls, they become enamored by the devotees. So Narada Muni was very fortunate. He was a pious boy, and he was fortunate. And then he, with their permission, what did he do? He took prasadam from them, like that. He went and asked, "Can I have some? Can I have some maha?" So he took like that. And then what happened? You know the story. Then his mother died. Bhagavatam says the serpent of time bit her. And then she passed. And then he was there alone in the middle of the forest. Orphan. Tragedy. But he was already infected by Krishna consciousness. He was in a different world. He wasn't crying or nervous. He thought, oh, I'm free now. I'm so lucky. I can go and look for my Krishna now. So he went. Most beautiful time in my life. I just gonna join. I don't care what happened to me. Give up everything. I join. Forget it. So like that, the moment you join Krishna, it's the best time of your life. So Narada Muni went, and then Krishna, at some point, he said, now you're going to see me once, right? Is that the past? He showed himself or only spoke? I get confused sometimes. Huh? He saw, right? Okay. But he saw. Because also there's Parikshit Maharaj, there is different people like. So he said, you're going to see me once only. But next life, you will see me anytime you want. Imagine if you cry and hankered and look for Krishna so much that Krishna, even if he doesn't show, I don't mind. Even if he says, okay, you know what? Bhakta such and such, Mataji such and such, you won't see me in this lifetime. But next time, you see me anytime you want. But you have to preach. That's the deal. We think, oh, Narada Muni, such a nice story. Narada Muni never stops preaching. Always preaching, always preaching, always preaching. Like that. If we are all the time, because that's what Krishna wants, that we preach about Him so other people can become happy, get out of the mental platform. And because Narada Muni is always preaching, then he can come and see Krishna anytime. Oh, who's there? Narada Muni. Who's Narada Muni? The one who's always preaching about me. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita in chapter 8, 18, text 68, 69, 70. Right? There's no one more dear to me than one who preaches my glories. Right? You can read 68, 69. Pure devotional is guaranteed for him or her. And he will come to me at the end of his life or her life. So these are the promises. That's why it's important to read about Narada Muni. Narada Muni, he's in ecstasy. Why does he bother talking to this Prachinabhati? Why does he bother? Because Prachinabhati is still caught. Oh, would I be happy? Would I be unhappy? What's going to be of my life? Etc., etc. Like that. So in the line of Narada Muni, our 6 Goswamis, and our Parampara, they are the ones that we need to learn. Sadhu Sangha, we always say Sadhu Sangha, right? Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastra Koi. Right? Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi Hoy. Everything is Sadhu Sangha. But sometimes we think Sadhu Sangha is after Sunday feast, chit chat with my best friend. Chit chat, like that. You know, everywhere we go, I see, it's a lot of chit chat. Sometimes I've been told by my senior, don't think Sadhu Sangha is only Sadhu Sangha amongst us. Sadhu Sangha is association with them. Take that Sadhu Sangha. I have been told by my senior people. Right? Study the life of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, the 6 Goswamis. You don't have to study so much, just little. Who are they? What did they do? When were they born? What is their message? What is their example? Let me learn something. So every morning when we are in front of the deities, then at least we know. Oh, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he preached. He created 500 Namahata groups. He wrote over 100 books. He slept 2 hours, 4 hours. Right? He was very, very strict. He wrote so many songs like that. Who is Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati? What did he do? Who is Prabhupada? We need to know. We need to associate with them every day. Like that. Just like with Narada Muni. Like that. Okay. So, O King, all good fortune unto you. The mind is the cause of the living entities attaining a certain type of body in accordance with his association with material nature. According to one's mental composition, one can understand what the living entity was in his past life, as well as what kind of body will he have in the future. Thus, the mind indicates the past and future bodies. So if one wants a future body, this body, believe me, is not a good body. This material body is painful, right? We may think, oh, I'm tall, or I'm short, or I'm handsome, or I'm not too handsome, I'm fat, or this. One day the body's going to go. Everybody ends up in a burning pit. Everybody. Doesn't matter what. Right? at least the mind. What Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita chapter 6, Bandhurat madmanastasya. Huh? Make the mind your friend. And with the help of the mind, be able to go to the other world, to the spiritual world, by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And then no more these good, bad, ice cream, pizza, all these things. This is just Maya, you know. By Prabhupada's mercy, the devotee's mercy, it's all possible. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Kantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Nitai Gaur Pramanandi Hari Hari Bol. Jai Jagannath. Jai Gaur Nitai.